Hello, people. Welcome to Never a Foul Game Week 29. And this week and today, and maybe in the future, we're going to do more of these. We're going to do something different for the international break. So it's Never a Foul, extra time, but we're doing a host special. We're going to give you the run-up from now all the way up until the end of the season. Who wins what? The Champions League, FA Cup, Premier League looks like it's already won, but there's still a top 4 and a top 6 race in store for us. So people, if you're tuned in right now, make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe button. Everyone at Never a Foul and the hosts here that are going to join me, we're really thankful for your support. We're on our way to 800 subscribers. This week, we had our first 1,000 views video on Trafford Tunnel. Spurs is always close to that as well. Last week, they got about 960, and all these channels are growing, evolving, and we're getting more people to come on the show. So we're loving your support. And right now, we're going to get straight into it with Never a Foul, extra time. Who wins what? Here we go, people. The panel are joining us now. Here we are.
Yes.
The whole gang. We've got Sam from Man City. We've got Jack from the Blue Wave Chelsea. We've got Adam from the up-and-coming Red Sea pod for Liverpool. We've got Ash repping it for Tottenham, but I think he's wearing an Inter Milan top tonight. Is that right?
Yeah, man. It's 1991 still.
Okay, he's coming like Recoba back in the day. And we've got Northside, who's repping for Arsenal, and that is the Arsenal way. Northside's going to be a new host on there with the people, so get used to his face and get used to everyone here. Sam, I'll just come to you first. How you feeling? Everything all good?
Yeah, all good. Thank you, mate.
Yeah,
had a nice day. Like you said, clocks have gone forward now, so we've got a bit more sunlight in the evening, so cannot complain.
I love that. Jack, how you feeling, my man?
Yeah, not too bad. I think I'll be in a slightly better mood if we weren't stuck in the international break. It's dragging on a little bit now, but can't wait for next weekend and buzzing to see what this show holds.
Lovely. Adam, first time on Never a Foul.
Yeah.
You're going to get used to your face. You're going to be repping it for Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp, or should we say Jurgen Flop, as Sam likes to call him. Now, how you feeling, man? First time on the show. And do you want to tell the people about what you've got coming up with Red Sea as well?
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, so you can find me at the Southern Scouser on Insta and at the South Scouser on Twitter. And we're having a brand new Liverpool channel on Never a Foul launching very soon called the Red Sea. So that will be found on Twitter at the Red Sea Pod and on Instagram at the same name. So me and Thiago's father jamming up together on that one. We'll be featuring on a few different channels over the network. Obviously, Liverpool playing Arsenal next, so we'll be featuring on there as well. But yeah, we'll have our own channel very soon.
Love that. And Thiago Father's in the comments there. Big up James himself. He's going to be helping out Adam with the Red Sea. It's going to be them two hosting it together. So big up James every single time. Ashley, how are you feeling, my man? I know you're happy with the Francis Ngannou, little heavyweight champion of the world and all that.
Yeah, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. Good result of combat fighting yesterday. Obviously, kind of enjoying the international break. Can't even lie. My team's in the mud, so yeah. It's been an enjoyable week.
Harry Kane still scoring, though.
Continue. Yeah, man.
Kane's still scoring, so it's a good thing.
Don't expect anything different from him, man.
Love that. And the Northside as well. People get used to Northside. Obviously, he's been on Never a Foul Extra Time a few times. He's now going to be helping out, hosting. Not helping out. He's actually going to be a host on the Arsenal way. So Northside, man, how you doing this weekend? Everything blessed?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I actually been ill. I'm not even going to lie to you. I've been ill this weekend. Mad. It's been mad. I was actually supposed to go on a couple lives and I kind of flopped, but man was ill, innit? But I thought Portugal would make me a little bit happier. And then Ronaldo gets the goal disallowed, fam. So,
Yeah, that was all mad, actually. I know we're not going to really talk about the international break, but that was absolutely... I don't even know what to say for that because the liner was actually on the line, as we've all seen. A bit of a travesty there, but this is football. And I think it's kind of nice to have an international break. I think, recharge the batteries for all of us. But, we're going to set the tone now for next week in the Premier League return. So let's just get straight into it, man. Everyone, if you're tuned in, make sure you're liking and subscribing. It's Never a Foul. We've got Feed the Goat, we've got the Blue Wave, we've got the Red Sea, we've got views from Skywalk, Arsenal Way and Trafford Tunnel, and obviously we're all under Never a Foul, so make sure you're subscribing. Right, I think it's only right that all of us are involved still in a top 6 race. The Premier League is done. Man City are walking it. But I'm going to go to Sam first to give your side of what you think is going to happen between now and the end of the season. And let's not talk about the Premier League. I want to talk about the top 4 race. What do you think's in store for a lot of these clubs? Or do you think personally it remains as it is now with Leicester and Chelsea both in the top 4 now?
Yeah, it's a bit of a boring answer, but I can't see too much changing, to be honest. I think United have given themselves enough of a cushion now to kind of keep themselves away from that battle. They've got a couple of tough games left, haven't they? I think they've got Spurs in the next couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. I think you've got to play Liverpool as well, so potentially a couple of tricky games there where you could lose points. Chelsea at the moment, I can't see him conceding too many goals, and the way that Tuchel's set him up, everything he's done with that team just makes sense in terms of throughout the whole team. They've got centre backs which are better in a back 3. They've got midfielders who are better in a 2, like Kovacic, and they've got, I think, enough goals to be able to win games. So I'm struggling to see them slipping up. And Leicester, even though they didn't have Maddison and Barnes last few weeks, Iheanacho's kind of stepped up from nowhere, hasn't he? I'm not really sure when Maddison and Barnes are back, but I don't think it's too far off. So he'll give them a little boost as well. Leicester out of Europe as well, so no real distractions there. So yeah, so it is a bit of a boring answer, but unless Liverpool and Spurs do something special by winning, say, 7 or 8 of these last 9 games, it does look quite difficult to change that kind of top 4 look at the moment.
I love it. You're laying down the gauntlet, and especially for a side like Liverpool, when you look at them, won the Premier League obviously last season, still in the Champions League, which is a very, very crucial and good way of them to still get into the obviously Champions League next season. But yeah, you're thinking it could stay the same. I'll come to you, Jack, because Chelsea, let's not cut any lies here. Thomas Tuchel's come in, and it was always a bit topsy-turvy at the start because some people wanted Lampard obviously to stay and succeed, and rightly so. But he hasn't lost in 14 games. He's got you playing in a back 3. Like Sam says, he probably haven't got the quality of centre-backs to play a back 2 with the centre-backs, but it's working right now. Do you think you stay in the top 4?
Yeah, no, without a doubt. I think we've conceded 2 goals under Thomas Tuchel so far, and whilst there's definitely going to be a blip ahead at some point, it's inevitable we are going to lose a game under him at some point. I've more than got kind of faith in him to finish us off in the Premier League here. I think there is a small chance we can overtake Leicester. We've still got to play them right towards the end of the season, and if Leicester do go through a little bit of bad form, there's no reason we can't kind of close that gap and overtake them. I think we do play most of the teams kind of around us in the final few games. We've got to play West Ham, we've got to play Leicester, we've got to play Man City. I think West Ham are going to come up short ultimately. I think this international break's probably come at a pretty bad time for them. They're in decent form. They won 2 out of the last 3. And I think that might take away a little bit of momentum they've kind of built up over the last few weeks. I don't think Liverpool have anywhere near the quality without Van Dijk at the back to properly challenge us. And like Tottenham at the end of the day, so I'm not too concerned about them. But I think we'll come third, just behind Man United and obviously Man City in first.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting time for Chelsea, especially how well Tuchel's done. And you're still in with a chance. We're going to come to it. Obviously, you could still win the FA Cup, potentially Champions League. You've got a favourable run, which we're going to come to and talk to as well. And big up the comments. Big up Claudio, man. Always part of the Blue Wave, helping out Never a Foul all the time. Big up yourself. Jerry in the comments here saying Spurs are getting top 4. Watch. Dark Horse can see Jose pulling it off and adding a Carabao Cup. Whoa. I would come to Adam, but with that comment, actually... yeah, let's. What do you think about that? Because Jerry's a big United fan. Big up Jerry as well and his channel United Team Talk. Can Spurs and anyone, I don't mind, by the way, even if I'm talking and trying to host it, if you want to cut man off and come in with your points, do it. But Ashley, do you think Spurs can make top 4 and do they need it badly this season?
I think we need it. That's not a question. I think it's going to be difficult because we've got Man United, Everton back-to-back games. I believe that's before the cup final, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just have a look, because that's gonna be quite important, whether it's before or after.
Have you got Everton home or away?
So we got Newcastle. So it's Man United. Okay, so it's before the cup final, yeah. So it depends. Like, I don't think we're going to get top 4. But like when I look at Leicester's fixture, Leicester have got a horrible last 3 fixtures. I think they've got United, Chelsea, and then Tottenham. Tottenham's their last game. Chelsea got difficult fixtures, and do you know what? I look at Chelsea. Yeah. Yes, they do look good under Tuchel defensively, but I'm not convinced about them because they don't really have a lot of goals. So I mean, Chelsea draw. It's not like they win every game. They do draw games, but the biggest thing for Tottenham is it's not about the other teams. It's not about them dropping points, because it's about them dropping points, and then it's about us winning the games. And that tends to be our Achilles heel a lot of the times, is where teams around us drop points and we fail to capitalize. But I mean, if we can, like at the start of the season,
when you look at the league right now,
together,
you're actually close to the top 4. You're actually very close to it. I don't think there's any excuses.
Yeah, we're very close. We're 3 points off Chelsea. We're 3 points off Chelsea, but like I was saying, I mean, at the start of the season, we put together a good run. Like the only way we're going to do that now is doing the same thing, putting together a good run. I think the Man United and the Everton game are crucial. If we don't come out of those games with a minimum of 4 points, has to be bare minimum 4. Yeah, we have to get a win and a draw. Then I don't think the top 4 is, because all our other games, they're fairly winnable, right? Those are the only 2 hard ones. Then you got, okay, fair enough, you got Leicester at the end of the season, but if everything goes away, we could be in the last game of the season. So I'm saying those are the crucial games. But I don't think we're going to do it. But for me, I personally think top 4 status. I don't think Liverpool. I don't see Liverpool coming to challenge a top 4 team right now. Yeah, I think it'll stay. Cup final. Do you know what? I can see Jerry's point. Like, you know, Jose tends to do. It's like he'll ruffle a few feathers, get a couple of shit results, and then a rabbit comes out of the hat. Do you know what I mean? And people are saying about the Carabao Cup final, I don't think that's going to affect much, because I think even if we lose that, I wouldn't say that, okay, that's thrown us off now till the end of the season. I think there's still everything to play for.
Yeah, I think there really is. I think that it's like, it's not a free hit final, because definitely you want to win a trophy, but if you lose to a Man City that are in this form this season, then no one's going to be so surprised. I think for you just got to go there and go and win it. Adam and Northside, I'm going to come to you now. Liverpool, man, all of us will have stuff to say on Liverpool, but it's such an interesting season for you guys. The injuries, and I know a lot of clubs like Leicester have had injuries as well, but then the performances, the front three not really clicking, Mane looking off it, even though it goes under the radar, Salah still producing numbers, and Firmino's missed the last couple of games of injury. What can Liverpool get in the Champions League? Can they get the top 4? And let's not talk about them winning the Champions League. Can they do it through getting in the league? And if you guys think they can as well, I'd like you to chip in if anyone actually thinks Liverpool can also do it. But yeah, Adam, what do you think, man?
It's going to be tough, isn't it? We're in a very similar position to Spurs, I feel. Ash wrapped it up quite nicely. We're only a couple of points off of them, but like I say, you know, we are relying on other teams dropping points. But as Ash said, it's all about focusing on ourselves for now. We've come through, hopefully, that horrible run of form. We've just loss after loss. We've got Diogo Jota back in the team now. He's got a couple of goals this international break for Portugal. So Northside will enjoy those. You look at the table, like you say, you've got 9 games left. We're 10 points off of Leicester. And as Ash said again, Leicester's run of fixtures, is they've got Man City, Man United, Chelsea and Spurs all still to play. But I think a 10-point cushion with 9 games to go is going to get them in United.
What big games do Liverpool got?
To be fair, I mean, you look at our fixtures; it's actually quite favourable. Other than Arsenal, we've got sort of Leeds, Newcastle, West Brom, Palace, Burnley. We've got Man United as well, but you know, there's definitely 7.
But you know what?
Maybe in there, but I think Chelsea are the only team that are going to be reachable.
It's a difficult one, because like at home you've lost to teams that you should have beaten. Exactly. So
yeah, like you say,
like
you look at the fixture list that we've got. But like you say, we've not picked up points in them reverse fixtures already, so there's no guarantees. So yeah, it's all about us. We need to just start scoring goals. You say that front three. Hopefully Jota can finish the season strong. Salah can keep going. Mane needs to join in, because realistically, to make top 4 out of that last 9, we've got to probably win 7 or 8 and hope for some bad form from Chelsea or Leicester. But yeah, I agree with Ash. I think Europa League is probably more realistic. But we've got to fight till the end at least.
Yeah. If I'm asking you guys, generic, I don't mind who chips in before I come to Northside. If Liverpool, how bad do you think it is, Sam, Jack, whoever wants to answer, how bad do you think it is if Liverpool don't win the Champions League and don't make top 4 this season? Like how much of a knock-on effect do you think they'll have into them next season?
I think it'll be pretty crushing, to be honest. I mean, I remember when we won the league under Antonio Conte, and whilst we did spend a lot of money, we didn't actually strengthen the squad whatsoever. And you look at Liverpool, I understand, obviously, the COVID situation, it's difficult for teams to go out and splurge money, particularly kind of the way Liverpool are run. But even so, they didn't properly strengthen the team. I think their only real proper signing was Jota, and he obviously was injured for, a significant amount of time. So I think it'll be absolutely devastating for, Klopp in particular. And I could definitely see a few of their key players leaving up. I think Salah, he could be out the door, in all honesty. If someone's prepared to pay the money for him, I think he'll definitely have one eye on the exit this summer at Liverpool, in my opinion.
Yeah. Who do you guys think, away, because he just says Salah, if you could vote Mane or Salah, who do you think leaves this summer first, guys?
Salah, 100%.
I think Salah.
Yeah.
I don't see any of them leaving personally. I think they understand that it's been a horrible season, but a lot of that's down to themselves. So I think they're looking at themselves as a poor season. We're going to keep this group together. And if Man United missed out on top 4, they tend to go big in the transfer window. We mentioned Chelsea; they came 10th after their league win, but they were back in it again within a year or so. So I think we're going to add to it. It's a big summer for FSG, isn't it? They need to decide. Are we going to keep on? What's the aim here? Now we've won the league, we've won the Champions League. Do we want to keep winning those? Are we prepared to put our own money in now? Now FFP is, changing. We've only really ever spent what we've made. We sold Coutinho for probably double what he was worth, and boy, did we make that money. So we've not got a Coutinho in the squad personally that I think we can sell. A lot of people saying Salah, move him on, but I think Salah's here for the long haul. I don't see anybody paying for him. I don't see him leaving. So I think we should add to what we have, really, rather than lose one of the front three.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Depends on the market.
You know what?
I was going to say it depends on the market.
I think people will be surprised.
One sec, Ash. Let Sam run.
So I think his internet's in and out.
Yeah.
I think the only reason I could see perhaps Salah staying is that there's not really a market for him in COVID. You look at some of the other moves that teams are planning on making. I think Haaland is probably the big one, isn't he? Going to a big club, but I think Barca, Madrid, are they going to pay serious money for Salah? Not really sure. I think if I had to pick out of the three, I'd say he'd be the one, with the noises his agent makes, etc. But yeah, whether there's actually a market there for somebody, because how old is Salah now? 20, 28, 29?
Yeah, 28, 29.
Salah turns 29 in June. So are you going to be spending 100 million plus for someone that's turning 30 next summer? I'm not so sure.
Madrid did it once with Hazard, didn't they? So they could do it again.
Exactly. I was going to say, we should have done that, and it's shown it's not worked out. Northside, you're nodding.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, Barca, I've got a bag of guys that are like 29 plus and they're trying to get rid of them. The same situation with Real Madrid. So why are they going to go add another one to their list? They're trying to rejuvenate with players like Vinicius. So why are they going to go for Salah at 29? Plus, what's his incentive to leave? Like, at the end of the day, he's like one of the players at Liverpool that's the most loved, if not the most loved. Do you know what I mean? So why is he going to leave? If Klopp's not leaving, why is he leaving? A lot of these players are attached to managers. You know what I mean? Like kind of like James with Everton. He went there because of Ancelotti. Do you know what I mean? So you have to take that into account as well. Some players will be like, "Bro, I can go next club, but are they going to love me? Do they want me?" And then Real Madrid already bought Hazard. You know what I mean? And look at how that's gone. I don't think they're going to be like, "Yeah, 29 for Salah. Yeah, let's just get him." Like, nah. I don't think things are going to be moving the way we saw it before COVID.
I mean, I've heard a lot of stuff has gone on behind the scenes, though, with Salah. I heard he's pretty frustrated with some of the management at Liverpool and some of the decisions when he's kind of been taken off. He's not been given the captain's armband. I don't know if there is any truth to that, but I have heard rumblings about that.
I think he's disappointed, isn't he? I don't think he's not going to be happy when we're not winning games and not challenging for major honours. But I think, like you say, there's not going to be a lot of manoeuvring this summer compared to what we're used to still. I think more than January, which isn't difficult, but I still think it's going to be quite limited. There'll be one or two moving about. There's a few free transfers. I think Memphis Depay is available, but I can't see anyone spending, unless you go for Haaland or Mbappe, because you've got 10 years of world class. are you going to spend 3 figures on a 28, 29-year-old? I don't see it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting. Northside, I know you've got a cut to go for a podcast, obviously a live show at 8:30. So I wanted to get your take on Arsenal, because you're repping for Arsenal today. You're going to be part of Arsenal Way. Yes, we're talking about the top 4 and what happens. Does it change?
Top 4. We'll be lucky for top 6.
You lot, we've got to talk about top 6, but
top 10.
Europa League as well.
Arsenal are competing for that. Arsenal competing for that Europa Conference League thing. That's what they're competing for.
You was in that as well. We're in that as well. And we could win it. But now, give us your take on Arsenal, man, and what you want to see between now and end of the season. And even if you can think you make top 6, spit that talk, man.
Nah, just the same old that I've been saying from the start of the season. This manager needs to go. The board actually need to put a manager that knows what he's doing and back that manager. You know what I mean? We've got this manager. Bro, the league is your bread and butter. Like, everybody knows this, yeah? Like, you can do well in cups, but that doesn't paint the whole picture of your club. Arsenal, we're 10th, innit? I think are we 10th or are we 9th?
Yeah, 10th.
I didn't even look anymore. That's how stressed I am. I don't even look at it. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, all I want to see is if they're going to keep this guy in place, which I think they are, because they PR'd him like the next Pep, the next coming of Pep, the next Messiah. If when we go to the transfer, yeah, if they don't back him, yeah, what's the excuse? Do you know what I'm saying? If you're not gonna remove the guy, at least back him for what he wants. And we need a complete rebuild. We've needed a complete rebuild since 3-4 years ago. Do you know what I mean? So if you're not gonna get rid of him, back him, and then give him everything he has. So then there's no more excuses within the fan base. Because I already want him gone, and I feel like it's gonna be like a Lampard situation where he needs players, and people are not looking at the tactics. They're not looking at the inconsistencies. Yeah, and then give him the players. Then when he flops, I want to see what people have to say. Do you know what I'm saying? And then let's move on, and let's go get somebody like an Ancelotti that actually, can do something. Because all respect to Everton, that should have been the manager that should have come here. And Arteta should have went there. He's their legend. He's not even a legend at us. Then we're there. He ain't a legend.
Okay. It's interesting. Sam, I know you're smiling up there. I know Arteta was at City. He worked under Pep, and a lot of people liked him there. He was sort of he was sort of that chemical who bonded sort of the management with the players. He had that link, he had that interlink. 100%. Do you think he's the right guy for Arsenal, or like, do you feel sorry for him, or do you think he's being hard to dry? What's your take on it with because Northside's very strong and Arteta out. I want to get your take, and not challenging Northside, but what you think about Arteta.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think as a first job, I think it's really, really difficult. When I look back to when I was growing up and you watch the Arsenal sides then of Henry, Vieira, even like when Van Persie was there, they got players like Pablo Mari at the back, El Nene. I mean, these probably are mid-table players, I think. So first of all, he's right in that they need to get, almost 5 or 6, maybe 7 players in. When you got Rob Holding at the back, I'm not really sure you're going to be challenging for Premier League title, really, to be honest. But I think Arteta is good, but whether he's too raw, whether this is too early, I don't know. And he makes a good point about Lampard. I actually thought Lampard was harshly sacked, but now you put somebody in there who's experienced, who's got to a Champions League final, who's managed Dortmund and PSG in a Champions League like Thomas Tuchel. He goes into that Chelsea team. I've already said it. He knew exactly what to do with it. He knew exactly what formation to play. He knew exactly where the players should go. He worked out that Alonso wasn't, is a really good left wing back and needs to come straight back in. There's a few of these things which maybe a more experienced manager might not be overwhelmed and can come in and just think, right, I need to do this, this, and this, and all of a sudden Arsenal look like a top 6 club again, like he's done with Tuchel's done with Chelsea. But
what happens though? Think about it, guys, and anyone can answer this as well. If Arsenal then go and win the Europa League, I'll let you answer it first, Northside, quickly, then I'll go to these guys. But if Arsenal go and win the Europa League, they get into the Champions League. Do you think that kind of would just sweep everything under the carpet?
No. Let's not even. Wait. Let me say one thing.
It can happen, man.
When Di Matteo, won the Champions League, fam, with Chelsea, do you know why they sacked him? Because he's not good enough. They looked at it, they said, yo, safe, but enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a fluke thing. When Leicester won the league, with dilly ding dilly dong, they said, yo, dilly ding dilly dong ain't gonna carry it no more. Do you know what I'm saying? Ow! It's only at this club that we have this sentimental bullcrap. Bro, if it's not your mum, if it's not your gyal, if it's not your granddad, I don't care about no sentiment thing. You know what I mean? out. You're an employee. He's not good enough. So man telling me Europa, but Di Matteo, Champions League didn't save him. And look at my guy, the Chelsea support. He's happy with life, bro. He can go to the...
He's happy with life. I love it.
No, bro. Don't cut this. That's the argument. I dead off all that chat. I don't want to hear none of that. Ain't good enough because the cops are not good enough to keep your job, bro. Look at Mourinho, yeah, at your club, yeah. Look, he's the only one to bring you lot silverware, yeah. You lot still looked at it and said, nah, dead out. So why now for Arsenal is RSPCA FC? We're just gonna keep for the vibes.
People. What do you lot think, guys? Ashley, Adam, with Arteta, if they go and win Europa League, do you think it brushes under the carpet? Do you think he's the right man for the club?
It's inexperienced manager managing.
I think.
Actually, sorry, and because you're Ash. One thing, I'll come to you after because I know your connection is about a second behind. Adam, go first, and then I'll let Ash come.
No, I mean, Northside is spot on. You've got an inexperienced manager managing bang average players, and that's why they're mid-table. You know, they're not. I don't think they're going to win the Europa League either. Oh, you got United in there. You've got Roma, but they both beat Arsenal for me. You know, like Sam said, they need almost a new 11 if they want to compete for top 4 at least, let alone title. They're well off it. You know, one-off games or cup competitions or North London derbies, 100%. You know, they've got a few players that can turn up on the day, but I agree with Northside. You know, they've not been challenging where they should be for the best part of a decade now. I can't imagine how frustrating it is. You know, Liverpool 2010 with Hodgson, it's the same sort of thing. You know, you just don't see any way forward until there's big changes at the top to the bottom. So I think he's absolutely spot on with everything he says.
Okay.
You know why I'm so harsh? The last thing I'm going to say, because I do need to go. The last thing I'm so harsh, because with the worst squad, certain players, we didn't have Gabriel, we didn't have Partey, we didn't have Odegaard, and Emery got treated like a piece of crap at this club, bro, and he got sixth. So
and now look at him at Villarreal, and you lot could get them.
Exactly. So this squad is capable of getting sixth place. I think is the height, But this guy can't even achieve that. So what am I going to do at Chelsea and give him peace?
Quick one. Northside. Would you like if you feel that he should get sacked? Like, where do you realistically feel that you should be with this squad that you got now?
This squad should be no lower than sixth.
Great question.
That's the point I'm trying to tell you. Because when we had worse players, or we didn't have some of the players that we have now, we got sixth. So what's the excuse? He's got a backing from the board. Not everything he wants. I understand that. But Emery had flipping man like Monreal playing in the final of the Europa, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And he got a tune. Man don't even speak English. Man didn't even have Rosetta Stone. And he's there communicating with the players. This guy speaks perfect English. He don't know what he's doing. And we're saying trust the process. Now I'm done. I'll take it out. That's my thing.
He's leaving it there. Oh man, now quality Northside. Do you know what? For the 30 minutes you joined me, you're giving me some laughter there. I love the personality. People in the comments as well. Make sure you like and subscribe and to Never Foul. I know they're loving it. They're putting loads of laughing faces. Big up the people always tuned in regulars each week. Northside's going to be part of the Arsenal way, people. So make sure you get used to seeing his name. And Northside, just quickly before you go, where can everyone find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Northside LDN for my YouTube, Northside LDN as well on my IG, 2 different content. And yeah, obviously I'm happy to be part of the Never a Foul podcast family. So yeah, man, thanks for reaching out on that, innit?
I love that, man. Now we're gonna do a lot more stuff, man. And just quickly before you go, do Arsenal finish in the top 6? Yes or no?
Top 6? No. Wait, if we're lucky, we get top 10. That's it, man. Guys, anyway.
Yeah, love it. Peace up, man.
Thanks a lot for that.
Big up.
Take care, man. Take care.
That's Northside.
You know, he's a lot more realistic than Mario. I'll give him that still.
Yeah, he's one of the realest Arsenal fans, and he says it how it is. But he's got a great personality, man. So it's brilliant. We're going to move on to I know we've got like 29 minutes left. We want to get it under the hour because I know people want to watch their line of duty. Don't worry, people. This and then line of duty. Who makes the top 6? Just quickly, let's go around because we say the top 4. Who actually finishes 5th and 6th? Because West Ham are still up there, and people could say with 9 games left, they're probably quite in a good position. So yeah, who makes your 5th and 6th? We'll go with a little around. I like to call it around the clock, 30 seconds. Sam, I'll go to you first and just work around.
Oh, 5th, this is difficult. I could see West Ham tumbling down. To be honest, I think over over a season, you always look at teams and you're like, oh yeah, they're doing really well. They might have a crack at getting in the top 6. Wolves and Sheffield United, I think, were up there last year. Villa have been up there this year. But at the end of the season, when it comes to the crunch and, all the games have been played, you just find that everything kind of reverts back a little bit to how you thought it would. And there's less kind of upsets. And I mean, West Ham have been brilliant this season. But I think that game against Arsenal where they were 3-0 up and lost 3-0, I think some of those players would be looking on that over the international break, maybe dwelling on it a little bit, and we might have just knocked them a little bit. So yeah, I think Liverpool and Spurs still get those 5th and 6th spots ahead of West Ham.
Yeah, it's hard with West Ham as well, especially when you think they're only 3 points ahead of Liverpool and Spurs in total. I think you think that's one loss, and they're definitely going to probably lose more games than them two between now and the end of the season. Jack, what do you think? Take on 5th and 6th, or could anyone make a late push?
Yeah, I think Sam summed up pretty nicely. I think when you look at that game against Arsenal, 3-0 up, ended up drawing 3-3, that kind of sums up, I think, the point where their season is going to start to tumble down a little bit. They've been in unbelievable form. Like, credit to David Moyes, he's done brilliant work with them. But I think from this point onwards, I think they're really going to suffer from a lack of squad depth. They've only got one striker. I think their only striker is Antonio.
Yeah.
They just don't have a squad built for kind of this kind of running, in my opinion. Whilst they're not competing on any other front, Liverpool and Spurs have done this before. Like Spurs know what it takes to, get that top 6. Liverpool, they won the title last year. These are players that like these sort of games. West Ham don't have any of those. None of their players have been in this kind of position before. So I think they will tumble down. They're only 3 points above Liverpool as it is. It's nowhere near big enough of a gap, I don't think. And whilst they've been brilliant lately, I just can't see them holding on. I think
no one's having a late push for Everton.
No, not for me. I don't think they've got the players either.
Okay, because that's what I was going to say. Adam was going to come to you with that, with your little rivals. Obviously, they're competing with you guys, and Everton are a weird type of club. You know that they could come back from the international break and get on a bit of a run, or do you just see maybe Liverpool, Spurs getting into the top 4, and maybe Chelsea dropping out? What do you think?
Yeah, I think Liverpool can probably get 5th. I'm looking at the fixtures. As Ash said, we have struggled against the bottom 6 teams. The majority of our fixtures left are against those kind of teams. So I would hope we'd be able to put 6 or so wins together. I'm actually going to be slightly controversial though. I think West Ham are going to get 6th.
Oh, I like it. My mate's dad's a West Ham fan. You'll love that.
Yeah, the reason I say that, they've got Newcastle, Burnley, Brighton, West Brom, and Southampton left to play. Which, Jesse Lingard, all that lot, I've been turning up. You say that you're going to fall away, but 29 games. It's not like 10 games in the season. We're not in January. We're in March, coming into April, and they're still well in the run for it. You look at, probably say Tottenham have got the most history of coming higher up in the league than the other few. But Tottenham have got Leicester, Everton, Man United left to play, and I just have no confidence in Spurs. I've got a few Tottenham friends, and it's just whenever you think that they've hit some form, they just pull out the most weird of kind of results, and even in the big games, they just don't look like that they want to be there. They can beat Man United 6-1, and then they find themselves 10, 15 points behind them. You think, what's happened? So I think Liverpool can come 5th, but yeah, I wouldn't put my money on Spurs or Everton making the top 6, put it that way.
Rolled out the red carpet for Ashley there. He's coming for Spurs. You don't think Spurs have got the bottle? Do you think they've got the bottle? What do you think happens? 5th or 6th, Ashley? 30 seconds.
I think 6. I don't think Liverpool got the minerals. I think there's a problem. It seems like there's a problem there with the coaching staff and the players, because they're not pressing in numbers. They don't like going forwards. Mane and Salah just don't seem to be hitting it. Do you know what? West Ham got difficult games. West Ham got Leicester, Chelsea, Everton. Yeah, they got difficult games. So I think it's going to be Everton 5th, and I think Tottenham will get 6th. And Liverpool, I don't even know.
Okay, right. I'm not going to ask you. I'm going to ask Sam and Jack this. So if you could pick right now, who finishes higher, Liverpool or Spurs this season?
Oh my word, that's difficult.
That's what we do on Never a Foul. We ask difficult questions.
I think I'd side with Spurs just because they've got no European distraction.
Wow.
And I think
that's a big one. That's a big one.
I think Harry Kane for me. I think Kevin De Bruyne and Harry Kane for me are out on their own in terms of best players in the league for me. I think in terms of just what they're producing game in, game out, and they're involved full 90 minutes, no matter the opposition. And I just think, Kane showed it today. Didn't have a lot of chances, still got on the score sheet. There won't be many games between now and the end of the season he doesn't score in. They have obviously probably not got the best defence, even though Jose's the manager, and I think they've still got a lot of issues there. But yeah, I think with a clean run, no European distraction, and hopefully a fit Harry Kane for the last 9 games or whatever.
Big.
Yeah, I think they'll just get over the line.
Okay, I like it. I think that's a great question. Tottenham or Liverpool, who finishes higher? I'm going to do a poll on it tomorrow. Jack, give me a quick answer. Tottenham or Liverpool, who finishes higher in the league?
Spurs, without a doubt.
Blimey, I'm shocked. I can't believe this. I can't lie. I'm here and I'm looking at the league table now. Just have a quick scan. So, yeah, Tottenham and Liverpool. Tottenham on 48 points, Liverpool on 46. Same games as well. I don't know. I'm not going to stick my name on any club here. I'm just going to enjoy the league and be a host. But I think it's very interesting. And just a quick one for you, Ash. I don't know if you like placing bets live on a podcast, but I'm going to put it here. Thiago Favre said, how much money for a Liverpool Spurs bet? Are you in or are you out?
We've got a pinky, innit? We got a pinky.
Okay. There we go. Never a foul. Footy news reviews and maybe a post-match
saying, hey, I see man saying we can get 4th. You're smoking budge, bruv. You are not getting 4th. You are not getting 4th.
I love it. Big up Thiago Favre in the comments. We've got a bet here tonight.
There's no way
Liverpool Spurs. Who finishes higher in the league? I'm looking forward to it. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to take this into the Champions League. I know Manchester United and the Spurs are not in it, but we can all debate it. And it's a brilliant competition. And the truth is, Man City are on for the quadruple. Carabao Cup's basically there if they turn up. Premier League's there. Champions League, they've got a potential semi-final against Bayern. Who I'm just trying to think. You got Dortmund, easy game. I like it. But then there you got the flip side. You've got the other side of the draw, and you've got Chelsea and Liverpool, who love the Champions League as well. They can go deep into the competition, and one's got Porto, one's got Madrid, and then they can meet each other. It's a brilliant Champions League in terms of what could happen. I'm not going to ask too much. I don't mind who starts. Who wins the Champions League this season? Jack, I'm going to come to you first, actually.
Chelsea.
Tell me why. Tell the people why.
Yeah.
No way.
We definitely win it. When you look at the other side of the draw, I think Manchester City are unfortunately going to fall victim to Bayern Munich. I can see Bayern going right to the final. I'm not too worried about Porto. And then the winner of the eventual Liverpool or Real Madrid game, we already dispatched of Liverpool a couple of weeks ago with relative ease. We could have had more. Our attacks will be in much better form by then, so it'll be us against Bayern Munich. I just have a feeling that the stars have kind of aligned for us to win it this year. I wouldn't be a true fan if I didn't think we could win it.
Okay. Any challenges here, people? Anyone want to take him on? Take him on, Sam.
I think discrediting Porto is going to be. I've got a weird feeling about Porto. I've obviously watched both their group games against City this season, and their game against Juve, and they are just an absolute horrible team to play against. It's going to be 180 minutes of just absolute shithousery from Porto. They got Pepe leading it on the pitch. The manager Conceição, he's non-stop he was riling Pep up a treat in our game. The whole bench is giving it. And what's interesting with the Champions League games now, I usually watch them on a stream or whatever. They don't play the crowd noise over the tops. All you can hear is the benches. And Fernandinho is getting in verbals with their bench. They were just giving it the big one the whole game. They're not nice to play against at all, Porto. And I've just got a sneaky feeling they might be able to sneak past Chelsea.
Oh, Musa Mariga, Porto.
On the Champions League, yeah. On the Champions League, yeah. What's the who's facing who? So it's obviously City, Dortmund. So that winner faces who?
PSG or Bayern.
PSG or Bayern, and it's Chelsea potentially, or Chelsea or Porto potentially against Madrid and Liverpool. So I reckon that's going to be Madrid, Chelsea. That's going to be that's going to be a big game, I wouldn't say that Madrid will easily beat Chelsea. I can see Chelsea winning that, but
so could I.
Either one of Man City or Bayern are winning that. I don't think anyone else is going to win it. Chelsea to win the Champions League, like these lot are getting way too ahead of themselves. Like
the problem for Chelsea is they don't score goals.
They don't score goals.
Enough goals.
And the thing is, like, I can't see Chelsea beating Bayern. No chance. Can't see it over 2 legs. Can't see it over 1.
They're going to have to beat us first. There's not going to be a Madrid-Chelsea semi-final. There's going to be.
I was just about to say, Adam, he's throwing you lot off a cliff straight away. What's your comeback to
No.
League? And let me just add quickly. The final is in Istanbul. Liverpool love Istanbul.
How much history? Even recent history, we've got two Champions Leagues. Don't even have to call it what it was before that to beat this lot combined. So we're getting to a semi-final.
I think you had a completely different team in the Champions League. You had a lot of players that were not even just out, but a lot of players that were performing that aren't performing now. So I think it's completely different. It's a completely different time. I can't see Liverpool win it.
It's also a completely different competition. So we've been in a dreadful run in the Premier League, yet we still beat Leipzig 4-0, who I think they reached the semi-finals last season. So didn't get to play at home, 2 neutral grounds, and dominated really. Didn't look in any pressure whatsoever. I think Porto is going to be very, very close, but I think Chelsea will sneak it. And I think we're going to have another Chelsea-Liverpool semi-final. And it's going to be, I wouldn't just say we're going to go through, because it's going to be a really, really tight game, maybe even penalties, which, 2007, don't know if you remember that one when we beat you on pens, or 05, we beat you there as well. But might as well make it 3.
Liverpool are not beating Real Madrid. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, we are. Revenge for 2018. There's nothing. Madrid ain't got nothing for us this year.
Nothing.
They got no Ronaldo.
Listen, you say they got nothing, yeah? They've got Mr. Champions League, yeah? They got KB9, yeah? KB9, your defense don't want it. I don't know who your defenders are. They don't want it. They don't want it. KB9.
Our defenders are
that's disrespectful.
Any pace.
And Real Madrid have got more European trophies as well. Like, don't write Madrid off like that.
What you got to say about that, Adam?
I'm with Ash. I'm with Ash on Benzema, 100%. I think
he's a decent striker, but he's more for me. I think he's going to be in physical battle. What is he? 30? Was he 33 now? Benzema?
Yeah, 33.
Any striker's going to want to come up against the Liverpool defence, really, aren't they? It's not up much.
You got Kabak and Phillips at the back. Yeah, they're slow. They're not great, but they're good in the air and they're good physical. So they're going to keep the ball away from Benzema. If we were up against PSG, with Neymar and Mbappe, or someone with a bit of speed, then I'd be worried. But I think we've got enough for Madrid going forward as well.
You don't want it with them.
Can I ask you something, Jack? You guys are probably, out of all the ties, probably going to go through against Porto. Who would you prefer to face, Madrid or Liverpool, and why?
Well, when the actual draw was done for the round of the quarterfinals, rather, the only team I would have wanted, the team I would have wanted next to Porto, definitely Liverpool. When you look at their team, the injuries they've got, their players aren't in form. Their strikers have struggled to score this year. The defense has been really, really, really poor. Like, there's no reason we wouldn't want to kind of play them. So I'd 100% rather face Liverpool than Real Madrid. I think any strike, like any team, would be looking.
They just look weak right now. They just got that, like, they just don't have that confidence as a team. Like, you look at them, like for me, like all these other big teams in the Champions League, I don't see any of them fearing Liverpool right now. Like, I just don't see.
I think it's weird. I'm looking the other way. Like, it's a dangerous. Right now. They're ruling them out. I think it's with Jota back. I just feel like they're a dangerous side to rule out. Where would you be sitting, Sam? As a neutral, obviously not on that side, not that side of the pool. Who do you think you see getting to the final from that, and why?
I think they've both been quite similar teams this year, Real Madrid and Liverpool. They've definitely not brought their best form in the league. They're both teams that obviously love this competition. They've got players who have obviously won the competition. I'm surprised Adam is not worried about Benzema, because Benzema, for me, probably one of the most underrated strikers of the last decade or so. He's the main man at Madrid. If anybody listens to Julian Laurens, who's the French journalist, talks all the time about Benzema, and he's saying that Benzema has changed his game this year. He's lost a lot of weight, stripped himself down. So he's been talking to Ronaldo about how to keep in better shape and prolong his career. And this is one of Benzema's best, maybe even his best season. In terms of pace up front, Vinicius obviously is not, his end product is questionable, but Vinicius has got pace. Rodrigo's got pace. They've got pace on that side. And Liverpool's midfield are obviously going to have to be able to, get the ball off Kroos and Modric and still, who are starting to put up, especially Toni Kroos. since Christmas, he's changed his game a little bit. He's become more advanced. He's getting goals and assists more than he ever was. And if they've got, Ramos and Varane at the back, if Real Madrid do decide to step up, then they could easily cause Liverpool problems. So if I was to put my money on it, I probably would say Real Madrid. But
is that
Liverpool?
Is that from that tool, or would you say from that side of the pool? Sorry, or would you say that's Real Madrid to make the final? Because I was going to say from that side, who do you actually think makes the final from that side?
Yeah, I would have to go with Real Madrid. It's not going to be easy for them. I think Liverpool now, they've got Jota back and they've put him in instead of Firmino. He looks fresh. He's going to bring something different to what Liverpool have had for most of the season, because when Jota has played, the front three has looked a little bit better overall. And I think moving Fabinho into midfield is just massive for them. I think Klopp should have done that long time ago.
Huge.
Despite whatever centre backs he had fit. But yeah, it's just difficult looking past Kabak and Phillips against the likes of Benzema and what Real Madrid can bring. Liverpool have got minerals in the Champions League, like they say in the comments. Real Madrid have got 13 Champions Leagues. Some of these players have got 5 Champions Leagues. So
exactly,
that's a lot of minerals.
These Liverpool fans are going on like they're the only team that wins the Champions League. Like, respect Real Madrid. Like, put some respect on the club's name. Like, remember who you are, innit? And where you are right now.
If I could go around,
these Liverpool fans.
if I could go around the clock, Jack's already said he's put his neck on the line. He's back in his club. He's back in Chelsea to do it. City, this is, if they're going to win it, this is probably one of their best opportunities. Sam, do Manchester City win the Champions League? If they don't, who are you picking? Quick answers.
If they don't, I'm still picking Bayern. I think they're still. This is when Bayern step up, and they are a machine physically. When you look at the combination of physicality and technical ability, there's not any teams that can really deal with them. I think City have probably got the best chance, and if City play Bayern in the semi-final, that's going to be the most high quality game in this season's competition. I think if them two meet, but yeah, it's very difficult. I mean, as a City fan, Luke's the more positive one. I'm the more maybe realistic one. We've never been to a Champions League final, so it's difficult to see us getting past Bayern right now. If they were to play tomorrow, I'd still probably have to say, do you know what, this Bayern team, something else. Lewandowski, Kimmich and Goretzka's, this quality all over the pitch for them.
Okay, perfect. Quick answers. Ashley, we're not in it. Who wins the Champions League this year?
I can't decide between City and Munich, man. But do you know what? I'm gonna say Man City, man.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's actually set up to be such a brilliant semi-final. It should be a final. But let's be honest. If Man City play Bayern in a semi-final, that's the final, man.
If they both face each other, yeah. If they both face each other, I think it's going to be end-to-end game. Like, I've watched many of Bayern Munich's their Bundesliga games this season. Defensively, I think they're slightly a little bit suspect. I think it's going to be an open game, end-to-end pressing from both sides. Both sides are going to concede. Do you know what? I fancy Man City. I think this season they'll turn it up. They'll turn it up in the Champions League.
Okay, big. Adam, quick answer. Who are you going for in the Champions League? Are you back in the red? Istanbul Part 2?
Yeah, Liverpool to beat Bayern in the final. Number 7 is coming home. Get used to it. We're going to have some good bants in the group chat when it happens.
I love it.
Oh, yeah,
I think it's going to be a great Champions League.
Yeah. Hey, big up Suits for this comment, though. Don't talk about Liverpool and Barca in the same breath. How dare you? And then man goes, why do people need to respect Liverpool all this season? Worst title defense ever. Listen, Real Madrid would never do that.
I love that. Big up Suits, man. If you're here subscribing, make sure you're tuned in to Never a Foul. All these guys here, part of Never a Foul, we're all going to be hosting shows throughout the seasons and the up and coming seasons going ahead, man. So that's Sam, Jack, and that is Adam and Ash, and there's plenty more to come. People, make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe button. We're on our way to 800. We're going to wrap it up. We've got a few more minutes, so we're just going to talk on the Europa League. Tottenham have been knocked out. Manchester United still remain. Obviously, we could potentially play Arsenal in a final. I think for us as a Man United fan, I think this is a big chance for us to win it. I really, really do think it's a big chance for us to win it. You look at Granada. we should be beating them on paper and getting through to the semi-final where we could play Ajax or Roma, I believe it is. Yeah, Ajax or Roma. But I think it's a massive opportunity, and I think it's a big opportunity for Ollie to get the players in that winning mentality, get them focused. I think the international breaks come at a right time just for us to recharge a little bit. But where do you guys stick? I know you guys obviously are not in it. You're in a big competition and Tottenham have been knocked out. But where do you guys sit with the Europa League? Do you think this is Man United's trophy, or do you think we're going to blow it ourselves?
Do you know what? Yeah, don't write off Villarreal in it, because obviously,
yep.
How many times has Emery won that competition? I think it's 4 or 5, something like that.
Three on the bounce. He won 3 on the bounce.
3 on the bounce. Yeah. Listen. Don't write off Villarreal. Obviously, I wouldn't write off Man United. I would write off. I don't think they've got the minerals to win that tournament. I think between United and Villarreal. But if I was to pick one, I would probably say Villarreal, just because of, Unai Emery knows how to win that competition.
Well,
I think
it's going to be brilliant, actually, because they could be playing Arsenal in the semi.
Oh, that would be brilliant. Yeah, I saw that. Listen, that would be jokes, because obviously I reckon Arsenal are going to win. It's going to be Arsenal Villarreal. Listen, Villarreal are going to beat them.
Oh, how good, guys, would it be if Emery goes and does Arsenal, man? That would be tremendous. Jack, what do you think? We'll do like 30 seconds round robin. Europa League. Who do you think's got it and why?
I would say United, but no offense to Ollie, I just don't think he has it in him for these kind of tactical battles against other elite managers. I'll be tempted to agree with Ash with Villarreal, but I even think if United came up against Arsenal, there'd be a pretty good chance that Arteta could get one up on Ollie there and knock them out.
We haven't beaten them since he's took charge.
Yeah, exactly. Like, in theory, United, it should be United to lose with the players of their team, but I just can't see it.
Yeah. Adam, Sam, what's your take? I don't mind who goes. What do you think happens with the Europa League this year? And also, you've got to remember, it's a gateway into the Champions League. Yes, United might already finish in the top 4, but 4 clubs like Arsenal, who could progress and then go deep in. But then we can't rule out Ajax. Eric Ten Hag, a great coach. Villarreal, like I said, Ashley said, with Emery, he's doing good things there. What do you think? Do you think it's going to Europe, or do you think it's coming home to England?
Sam, do you want to go first?
Yeah, go on in. I think that Ollie's finally going to get it.
I love it.
I think he's finally going to do it. I think I've even put a bit of money on it just to like a little, soften the blow a little bit. I think the coaching thing is definitely an issue. I think if anything, it's going to stop them coming up against Ten Hag and Unai Emery. I think they've got a bit more of they're just further along in how they want their teams to play, and it shows. But yeah, I mean, you look at United's squad. I think they've just got a few too many game winners where they don't have to outplay these teams. They don't have to be the better. They don't have to be the better team from now on. Yeah, I think they're going to beat Granada, but they could play the semi-finals and the final, not have a great game and still win it, because they've got Bruno Fernandes and Pogba, Rashford, etc. Even like Edison Cavani, bringing him off the bench in a Champions League final, it's not a bad position to be in. So, yeah, I think if they keep it tight enough at the back, I think they've got more match winners than anybody else left in the competition. I think that is what it could come down to. When you're at this stage, quarterfinals, semi-finals, it's fine margins, isn't it? And I think United maybe just got that bit extra over those other teams.
Okay. Anyone want to? Well, actually,
I think I think United Villarreal is the final, but I think United, I think they have enough to win it. They've had good results in the Champions League this season. They did beat PSG, they did beat Leipzig, they did lose to them as well. So they're very hot and cold. They lost to the Turkish team as well, I think. So they can put in a really bad result here and there. But you look at the Milan one, they get a draw at home, but they still go there and get the win.
Yeah,
to go for
big result that.
That was a big result. So I think Villarreal make the final. I think it's going to be very, very tight, maybe even extra time. I think United do win the Europa League.
Yes. Wow. Do you know what? I thought people would actually go against us.
It's only a matter of time before. It's only a matter of time before Ole wins a trophy. Like we all sit and banter like, oh yeah, you can't get past semis, blah blah blah. He might need a Viagra to get past the semi. But at the end of the day, I think it'll come when he eventually does win one.
Ah, that's quality. I did not expect that. I was just doing the banners on the side. You whipped that one out. Lovely Sunday night special there. It's never a fight extra time. We've got a couple minutes left, and I do want to ask the killer question. The title was Man City, can they win it all? I want to do a little 30 seconds around the clock right now. We were going to talk about the FA Cup, people, but we've stuck to the European competitions. We'll do another FA Cup special when the semis are on the horizon. But can Man City do the famous quadruple? I don't think it's been done before. They're in a box seat to do it with how their squad is, and they've got no injuries at the moment. Well, I say big injuries at the moment. I'm going to come to you, Sam, last. I'm going to go the other way around. Adam, come to you first. 30 seconds. Can Man City do the quadruple?
Well, they win the Carabao Cup. They win the Prem. They're going to go close in the Champions League, but I think Bayern do them. FA Cup, Chelsea in the semi-final, that could go either way, couldn't it? So, no, quadruple. I think 2 trophies, definitely. 3 possibly, but not 4.
Okay. Ashley, what do you think? Quadruple or not?
I think Man City will do. I'm not sure about the quadruple, but I think they will. I think it's highly likely they will do a treble. But I think double is the bare minimum they're doing this season. Bare minimum.
Has to be.
They're going to win more than one trophy. They're going to win more than one for a fact.
Okay, so you said you think they're going to do the treble if you had to pick an answer. What one do they not win?
Champions League. Champions League is the only one I'm not sure about, but I think.
What do you say, Carabao Cup? Come on, Ash.
I love that. Do you know what? It's mad because you say Champions League, and out of all of them, that's probably the one they want to win.
Me hope for that final, yeah. The only thing that's giving me hope for that final is Jose's record, yeah. With when it could not just coming to winning trophies, but his record in the Carabao Cup. I don't think he's ever lost a League Cup final. That's the only thing that gives me a slight glimmer of hope, but. Yeah, I don't think we're winning that.
It's mad because Man City probably out of all of them would want to win the Champions League, and you don't think they will. Jack, do Man City win the quadruple?
No, I think they'll come pretty close. It'll definitely be a double or treble on the cards, but so many times as well, Pep's kind of over-tinkered with things in pretty big games, and I could see there being a surprise at some point along the way because of that. So definitely double or treble for me. I think Carabao Cup's all but a certainty for them, but I'm not sure about the FA Cup and Champions League.
Okay, big up Daps as well in the comments. He's a Man City fan, obviously, co-host and part of Never a Foul. He says if they win the league, it's a good season, and it's very true. If any club wins the league, it's a very good season.
Don't try and play it down, Daps. Don't try and play it down. Don't try and play it down. Well,
we'll see what Sam
2 trophies.
We'll see what Sam says now. Big Man City fan. He's got the purple Champions League badge on his top right now.
Yeah.
Do you win your first European trophy under Pep? And break that duck. And do you win the quadruple, Sam?
The crunch question. I think, first of all, we put ourselves in an unbelievable position. That's the first thing. I think this season has been mad, and I didn't see it coming, October, November time when we were losing to Spurs. So I think even if we get 2 of these trophies, it is still a good season because, every single person on this podcast would love to see their club win a couple of trophies this season. So the fact that it's the bare minimum really just shows that how good City have been since December, really. I just think the quadruple's never been done in 130 odd years of English football, and I think the reason is because these fine margins in these games. There's some things which you just cannot account for when you come up in these semi-finals, finals against teams like Chelsea and Bayern. I think we've only got a few more wins now to get the league over the line, and I think in the League Cup we should be beating Spurs, like you say, on paper. Don't know what Jose is going to pull out, but if we lost, I would be massively disappointed. I just think coming up against Chelsea in the semi-final for the first time this season, where we played Tuchel's Chelsea side, I think that's going to be really difficult. And I think I've already said Bayern super strong in the Champions League. So yeah, I think we might just fall short if we meet Bayern again. On that front, I just think it's all just stacking up now. I think Bayern are starting to pull away in their league. When we get into full competitions, there's so much to juggle. So like I said, the margins are so fine. So yeah, if I was going to commit, I would say 2, maybe 3. 2
maybe 3. Just a quick one. If you've got, say again, Adam.
If anyone could do it, it's City with their squad.
Exactly. I think if any team's going to do it, it's City this year. Sam, just a quick one. I love this question here. Big up the 1892 Reds podcast. Thank you for watching. If Pep can't win the CL for Man City, who comes in to win it? Just a quick manager. Who would you want?
Ooh. I don't know. I don't think it's really about the manager. I honestly don't think it really it's about the manager. Look who won Chelsea's first Champions League, Di Matteo, bang average manager. Not even that. So yeah, I don't think it's about the manager. I just think it's about just trying to gain a bit of confidence in the competition. This a lot of these players are pretty scarred from what's happened in previous disaster rounds against teams they should have beaten. So yeah, for me, it's not really the manager. It's definitely kind of a club mentality thing at the moment. And a lot of the fans haven't really taken to the Champions League either. I think that kind of helps. You know, Liverpool have the Champions League, Chelsea have obviously, you know, they've won it now. City fans, you ask them what they'd rather win, the league or the Champions League, and City fans, you know, me included, to be honest, I'd say the league every time.
Wow. And on that note, it's a wrap. People, if you've been tuned in to Never a Foul, we're just under the hour mark. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're on the Never a Foul page, you can find all our people's podcasts. We've got Liverpool coming up very soon. We've got Chelsea, we've got Spurs, we've got Arsenal, United, and Man City. So make sure you like and subscribe and following all our pages. We're on our way to 800 subscribers. So please tell a friend to tell a friend. We're closely getting there. And me, Daps, Soups, Chris, and when we founded Never a Foul, we never thought it would get to where it is today. So we really do appreciate support, love the way it's going, and without you guys, the guests, the fans, and even you guys as hosts, man, we love it every single week and every single time. So yeah, please hit that like and subscribe button, keep supporting, and we'll be back with club football coming up next week. We're out.
Take care, guys.